Hey guys, Adam Broussard here. Does God have a plan for me or for you? I am sitting outside, enjoying this pretty day, listening to the birds. As you can tell, it is a very pretty day. I was sitting inside my house today, and I got a haircut. Uh, Me and my wife do it. She helps me because I got an awesome wife. Does God have a plan for me? I think He does. I hope He does. I'm mentally struggling. I'm feeling some pain and suffering uh, through, at times, it feels everything going on around me just chaos. I don't know if y'all hear that, but somebody's trying to drive fast. We hear that every once in a while. Don't live off of a highway, but a straight way that you can go fast if nobody's in front of you. Which sometimes that's how I live my life, as I go fast because I don't think anything's in front of me. Then all of a sudden, here comes some roadblocks and some brick walls and some hills, some valleys. But yeah, I'm struggling at times mentally because I'm lost in the woods and not sure where to go. Um, or I'm just able to see one step ahead of me, and that's it. And there's a lot of conversations of late that I've been getting into with people um, to to share with my struggle. That see it or they work with me, and they it's very obvious, and um, you know it's never fun to 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 see yourself regressing backwards. It feels like, um, and so when I talk with God, I beg Him to 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 that if this is the way that He wants me to go, then I fully trust in Him. Um, Nobody experiences the things that go on in your mind, um, the negative thoughts that you think, the 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 total situation that you're going through. You can tell people and you can express to people like, hey, I'm struggling, and here's where I'm struggling at, but they don't truly understand. It's like being a parent. You can describe to somebody what that love feels like and what the adversity looks like, but unless you in it, you don't know. Same thing with getting old. You know, I'm witnessing my parents go through things that I don't know what that feels like. They know what it feels like. I don't. Everybody has that unique story. It's by design. God all has God. I believe God has that plan, and He plans for us to go through these at times if we allow it to share that story with others. And so, my story is I'm a sinner. I was born and started living my life. Once I started living my life, the world became the important place. And as I traveled down that worldly place, I realized that it was empty. And the emptiness I felt didn't start, that hole didn't start filling up with joy until I started turning towards God. And certain relationships became the most important. My family being one of them, my wife being one of them. And now, as I go through another season of winter in my life, it's not necessarily a loss of people, but it can be. My business, my businesses are going through things that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Lack of sales, decreased profits, harder to pay things, and yet I have to keep on finding a way to keep moving forward, understanding that I may fail and lose something, lose uh, lose some business, lose some friends. Well, what does that mean? Well, I ask God to help guide me, and if this is your path, Lord, you know, then I hope if this is what you want for me, then okay. I don't know why you want this for me, other than just to grow my character, my strength, my spiritual life. Um, but if this is your plan, I have to accept it. I have to move on. I have to take that step. Even though I can't see 2 steps in front of me, I can hardly see that half a step. I don't know why things end up the way they do. You can see a situation play out, and it plays out awesome, and that same exact situation seemingly plays out, and it's not awesome, it's terrible. So what does that mean? Well, every day you got to be adaptable to the current circumstances that you're in, and then realize that every situation, whether it seems to be the same, is actually different. And so when you reflect on what God's plan is for you, just understand that every day, if you're working towards trying to understand what you need to do just today, just focus on today, then you worry less about the past and in the future. I read here recently a quote. I'm gonna mess it up a little bit, but it basically says, just don't let future things in your mind play out. When a painful event is seemingly going to happen to you, just let it play out once. Don't let it play out in your head a dozen times or 1,000 times beforehand, because ultimately it may not play out. So I'm learning through business, as I continue to see some growth in what I'm doing, and more that I'm managing, that don't let potential negative circumstances start playing out in your head ahead of time, because sometimes they're not going to happen at all. And if they do happen, just roll with it. Focus on what God's plan is for you today. And I'm actually going to go get ready for church right now. God bless.